guys to run amok and just do a whole lot of damage in these fights. If they get caught or engaged on, you want the Janna to reset the fight. So we'll see a poke siege comp coming out from Origen here, potentially with soaz split pushing and looking for the flank on the Echo, and we see a hard engaged composition with a decent amount of knocks him back. Yes, it may look silly that suddenly Soren ultimates misses, but that was the correct play by the Copenhagen Wolves, and they get first blood.
Yeah, now the Copenhagen Wolves might be in some trouble, or rather just youngbuck, as soaz found him, and so did mithy.
Really want to see the Wolves take care of those pink ones.
Yeah, as it stands, Origen really are able to get so much done all around this river. Amazing. Yeah, and it's, you really know there's gaps in your vision when a guy that big can get through. Youngbuck's in some trouble. In he comes. Ooh, he's gonna dodge the belly bump. Youngbuck's still slow. There's the big barrel coming out. mithy was tanking the tower, and even though the wild growth is young, youngbuck is still gonna go to youngbuck's under tower. He may be in the trap.
SPP as well, so this might be a whole lot of party in the bot lane.
Yep, there he uses it. mithy comes around the side. Youngbuck, he's got no wild growth again, and this
side, and here we see Shook lurking. Kitty Cat wants a kill.
On the hunt, soaz realizes something is up, throws down the convergence on himself, but he might be gone. There's gonna be the chrono break, and Shook is the one who's getting chunked. And youngbuck could not get much done. Wild Gross himself.
He is disengaged, and Copenhagen Wolves might take a sniff and find Origen on the Baron.
It's already at half its health. Will they be able to get there in time to stop it? Or immediately Unlimited is going to go ahead and flash his way in. Origen a little bit chunked here. This is the all-in we were talking about, and there's that Monsoon. Stand aside, Origen. And they do. The Wolves
are
go in,
traditionally very weak.
Indeed, Shook is inbound, but he has to turn around. The rest of his team wasn't really able to keep up, and Origen once again able to disengage. Unlimited still taking a lot of damage. Freeze as well. Barrel comes in, and he gets knocked into them. Down goes Freeze. The shockwave lands on Niels and takes it.
That massive wave in the bot lane too. Origen in full control, take the Baron. A slight variation on what they used to call the Legolas build. Used to go BT first into Last Whisper just for raw poke damage. Tekka brings in a tier there with Scaly and Shook. Round 4.
Oh, Niels whoosh, able to get just out of the way. And Shook catches nothing but air. Unlimited catches all the damage, and he's taken down. Origen now with a man advantage, starting to run forward and chase these wolves back into their own base, howling as they go. Shook, wild growth on him, but he's still getting chunked. The barrel knocks him into his tower, and he's taken down by Niels. The rockets are flying. soaz chasing down Soren. Origen have turned this game into a quick push-in after so much time waiting for the advantage to build.
Yeah, when a 4-1 poke split push composition can use their talisman offensively, you know you're in a lot of trouble. mithy using the talisman there to speed up, try and catch someone. Eventually Shook gets hit. Battle from Amazing. And Power Inhibitor, 2 kills. And at the same time, they take Copenhagen Wolves' pride with them. Such a hard game to fight. Very impossible situation almost for them to fix.
After all of that, not quite 30 minutes in, Origen have extended this gold lead. About 9,000 ahead of their opponents, or 8,500 rather. 3 dragons to 1. But they've got all the towers on the map, and Copenhagen Wolves got a big fat nothing as they continue to attempt to all-in Origen.
And I think this middle tower tells the story of the game. 85% HP still on that. Unable to be broken open, and that's usually what breaks open the map in terms of vision, in terms of rotations, in terms of just map play. If your tier 1 tower is still alive at 30 minutes in the game, that means a job well done for Origen. Traditionally, you actually like longer side lanes because you can play with the waves more, you can push them in, bounce them back, deny some experience, and find them in the jungle.
Looks like what they're trying to do is Freeze stands them all aside, but still, it's the story of the Wolves. They're having to use these offensive abilities defensively time and time again. Not getting a whole lot done. The ball comes out, Soren checks Amazing and soaz with it, but still, the waves are pushing.
Follow-up, so they're not afraid of the ball. Orianna uses the ulti, sure, that's their one engage. Again, watch Shook, watch his ulti, watch the Orianna ball, very telegraphed.
Baron disappears at a crucial moment. Still, they're getting a lot of damage on this tower, and Origen are not letting the Wolves leave their base.
On the hunt, poke.
He's in, they're going for it. He's gonna get knocked out. There's the whirling death, the ball's gonna whiff. Unlimited, and the rest of the Wolves are getting knocked all over the place. The tower is lasering down soaz, but he jumps back in, and it looks like it's gonna be Soren and youngbuck already down. Origen can now peck away and finish off the turret and an inhibitor.
Alfonso does it again. mithy with the beautiful disengage, but he knows what's coming. Drops the pink ward. The second the Wolves keep moving forward, they know that there's a Rengar coming in invisible. Just pop the Howling Gale, interrupt his leap, monsoon him out, reset the fight, get away from that Orianna ball and clean up.
Keep cleaning up. Big explosions to take down the Alistar. This game
One
is
kill on the board
all
for the
going to be
Copenhagen
over.
Wolves.
They cannot get much done. Shook continuing to try and find an opening, but he's forced away. Now it's just the bare Nexus, and it looks like Origen in 31.5 minutes. If they can finish this one off, they'll take another kill onto Shook, have finished the game against the Wolves.
One in 10. One kill for the Wolves. 10 kills for Origen. Just tells the story of the game. That middle tower still at 85% HP.
It's a controlled game.
Controlled game, continuous poke. Very old school type of composition. I don't really know when I saw it last. I feel like Elements or Alliance back then had a lot of success with it back in the day. They tried it at the start of Spring Split too, but very outdated composition. Too low on pressure, too low on range, honestly. Continuously outranged by Origen. Outpoked. And then disengaged from mithy. And the Janna pick on the second rotation on purple side kind of telegraphed what was going on. That's why they went for the Corki early.
Smiles on the faces of Origen as they complete their 2-0 for this week.
Put some pressure on xpeke.
Absolutely. You're not safe in second place. That's the statement they're sending there. As they, some big high fives given to all the fans around the board for the Wolves. And it will be youngbuck's last game with them.
That was youngbuck's last game for the Copenhagen Wolves. Gets a lot of flack, but honestly, Copenhagen Wolves as a team, I feel that the source of all their issues is just the teamwork. They're not a well-oiled machine. And then it's easy to pick out the weaker parts and just keep yanking them, keep putting them behind. And they tried with the team composition, but they couldn't bring it to fruition. Countered stylistically by Origen. They tried to find the opening on the hunt every time. Orianna ball on top of it. Shook tried, but just couldn't find the opening. And props to the Origen. We said usually they have a snowbally team, you know, they get ahead early.
One style,
if they get behind, then they start losing the game. But now we see a different Origen, calculated, slow, methodical, no trigger happy fights, no fountain dives at the end.
Yeah.
It's a lot slower game from them.
And this is the evolution of them, right? This is what was sort of